Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing fine. Let's take up our Samachar Manthan Week 39 test discussion. Let's see the next question. What is trickle-down theory? How is the budget 2022-23 aligned towards a trickle-down theory? Why is the trickle-down approach not suitable for India's economy? This is a 15-marker question. So basically we had opted for this trickle-down approach in the initial years of FYPs. And after that, we officially gave up this approach when we went for directed anti-poverty programs, etc. So this was basically, you must have come across this, and this is going to be in your GS3 paper. Now this specifically aligns this particular trickle-down theory to the budget. So make sure that you go through the points which are mentioned in your budget. It's important both for your prelims and your mains. So now let's see the keywords. So first is, what is trickle-down theory? This is a straightforward part which you can answer. Now, how is the budget 2022-2023 aligned towards a trickle-down theory? This aligned is your major keyword here. And after that, you need to address that why is the trickle-down approach not suitable for India's economy, and this is a 15-marker question. Now understand that this is basically an assertion type of question. So there might be different types of questions. One would maybe differentiating between things, and then assertive types of questions, and then also questions which are debate-like. So you need to address, you need to first understand that where does our question lean towards. तो हमें सबसे पहले ये देखना है कि क्वेश्चन किस तरफ हमें अलाइन करने को कह रहा है. We need to see that it is focusing upon this unsuitability with respect to India's economy. So we need to mention points which are against this trickle-down approach, but we also need to mention a few points which show the suitability. But these points need to be in a ratio of 70 to 30 or 80 to 20. So since this is a major keyword here, we need to address that the points which are against should be in a higher ratio compared to the points which show the suitability of this trickle-down approach. So understand that this is an assertive type of question. Now let's see the structure and the content, and according to these keywords. So first, in the introduction, as has been asked in your question, you need to first define what trickle-down theory is. You can give the context of 5-year plans that we have earlier as well gone towards trickle-down approach, and after that you can define trickle-down theory. So basically it's giving tax breaks and benefits to the wealthier sections of our population, or basically big corporations. So the assumption is that when these tax breaks or tax benefits will be given to these wealthier sections and the corporations, big corporations of our country, this will lead to increase in growth, and this will further lead to trickling down of benefits towards the lower strata of society as well. This is basically your trickle-down approach. Now after that, you can come to the body part, that how is the budget 2022-2023 aligned towards a trickle-down theory. So trickle-down theory and budget 2022-23, you need to provide points which can show that how is it aligned, but you also need to provide points which show that how other parts of budget hint towards non-alignment with this approach. So you need to, again, this is an assertion. So you need to balance your points accordingly in the ratio 80 to 20 perhaps. So let's see the first point. So basically, our budget currently have not gone for any populist measures. So since if we need to provide populist measures for tax etc. need to be increased, but since we have not gone for populist measures, so taxes have not been increased in the budget. So this shows that we are indeed going for a trickle down approach, since this, if we are not increasing, then it's sort of a benefit only. So this shows the alignment with the trickle down approach. Then also further, investment in infrastructure shows the alignment towards trickle down theory, because it will lead to long-term benefits, which will ultimately percolate down towards each and every section of our society. So this also hints toward trickle down approach. So you are going to provide these few points which show that our budget is aligned with the trickle down approach. Then after that, you also need to say that since basically call for tax cuts and more rebates to cover for rising cost of living have been ignored as of now. So since further tax cuts have not been done, so this also shows that that our budget 2022-2023 might not be aligned with this trickle down theory. So this is going to be your overall answer for the second part of your question. Now let's come to the third part, that you need to describe the suitability, and you need to hint towards the unsuitability of trickle down approach towards India's economy. For Indian economy. So this is going to be your main heading, and under this you will be elaborating points which are as you can see in your modern answer, that the basic reason why we go for trickle down approach is that we hope that the increasing the overall size of the pie will lead to higher growth, and it will ultimately lead to percolation of benefits towards all the sections of the society. So basically this will aid redistribution of wealth. So this is basically the assumption, which is why trickle down approach is being followed by the policy makers. But the issue is that instead of acting as trustees of this wealth, basically wealth creation comes in conflict with welfare of the larger public. So this goes against the trusteeship model, which was also promoted by Gandhian philosophy. So this is against the trusteeship model of Gandhi, wherein the owners of a corporation should act like trustees, and they should be furthering these benefits or the profits they earn to the wider public. So this is also not being catered. And after that, you can also mention that Indian economy is currently suffering from a demand side problem. Since enough jobs are not there, so instead of first providing enough jobs in order to fuel up demand, we cannot go for simply increasing the wealth of these big corporations, because this is not a supply side issue, but it's a demand side issue. So this needs to be focused upon first. And also the fact that this may further exacerbate inequalities, and herein where inequalities are mentioned, you can substantiate you can substantiate this part with Oxfam reports findings in a separate side box, wherein you can mention the existing state of inequality in India. You can also mention Gini coefficient, etc. So this will do the work of value addition in your answer, making these side box or flow charts or giving examples or mentioning committees, etc. This does the work of your value addition in your answer. So basically we have given points both in favor and against this suitability for the Indian economy in our answer. Now, as a concluding remark, you can mention that critics argue that the added benefits the wealthy receive can distort the economic structure, and also the fact that in the past we had gone for trickle-down approach and then we officially gave up this approach. So there might be a reason that we went for the overall welfare schemes like directed anti-poverty programs, etc. during the 5th and 6th financial year plans. So this shows the overall stance of our policy makers, and India's economy is mainly agrarian in nature, so we cannot totally neglect that part of our economy. So trickle-down approach may not be as suitable for an economy like India. So this is going to be your overall remark.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civil's Daily.